Hi everybody, welcome to a Plan With Me video for November 2024. Hi, my name is Daksha and I am a bullet journal newbie, which means I started bullet journaling in 2024. So what is bullet journaling? Bullet journaling basically means that you build your own planner from scratch. You buy a bullet journal which is blank. Essentially, it has nothing on it. Month by month, you try to build up themes for your planner and what you want to do throughout the year. November is my birthday month, so I decided that I wanted to make this special because I turned 25, so I wanted to document and film it for you to see. I am using a wide variety of pink hues and a yellow in my brush pen collection, and I'm obsessed with this color palette. Then I'm using an alphabet stamp. I got this for bullet journaling especially. I have two sizes of micron pens. Then I have a white Posca marker, and lastly a pen pencil. The last supply is of course my bullet journal from the company Notebook Therapy, and now I am ready to start planning. Before I officially lay my pen to paper, I take out a notebook and plan everything very roughly. You can see my very beautiful handwriting. Jokes aside, I love just writing things down as to what I'm going to do. So you can see that I have written my color palette, supplies, lettering, quote, and decoratives. These are the 5 things I begin with, and on the left side right here is my page for experimentation. I start using the supplies and make rough sketches and thumbnails so that I can see how my overall theme is actually going to fit and look good together or not. Since this is vintage birthday theme, I'm going with the classic cakes, and I love the color pink, so I'm also using some cupcakes, some yellow sparkles, piping border, and confetti. I've also listed all the pens and particular shades I'm going to use for every element of the design. It's just a matter of trial and error. I love the safety of having to plan on a different notebook rather than directly jumping onto the bullet journal. Beginning with the cover page, I have already made the sketch for this, as you can see here. This is the rough plan for my cover page, so let's begin. I started with the frosting, the lightest pink shade. This is a dusty rose color. I am just in love with how this cake piece actually turned out to be. Then I started with the darker color piping. As soon as this hot pink touched the page, I knew this was going to be a successful theme. And then I began with lettering. I love lettering so much. It's in fact something I do for a living. So I use the bold hot pink to highlight the month, and here I'm writing 25 because I'm turning 25. And on the right hand corner, you can see that I added some piping. There is a change that I made in the cover page, which is I did not initially plan to add gifts, but then the cupcakes just were not fitting in as I wanted to. So I made that change, and it is good to be flexible when you're planning your bullet journal, not to do everything as you planned it before. And there I am cutting the piping border. This is called a Dutch door, and this was the one thing I looked forward to the most. Having to flip through the page and then see that the page is cut out and there is a different color. I just feel like that is one of the fun things about bullet journaling. And here is my cover page all complete. I am tackling 2 pages at once. First is the focus on the quote, and the right side is all trackers. Here is the plan that I made for both the pages, so let's begin. Since the previous page was cut out, it only made sense to make another piece of frosting that was piped with hot pink. Then I'm making 2 cakes here. One is for my focus and the other one is for my mood tracker. Within each cake, I have left out space to either color the mood of the month or the focus of the month. I added tiny yellow sprinkles to just make a divider between each section, and then I'm just moving on to making cupcakes. On the left hand side where I will be writing the quote, I am making a huge cupcake which is like kind of cut off, And then on the right, I am making 2 little cupcakes with 30 small squares within the cupcake liner so that I can mark all my habits of the month. So for this cake, I initially started off with a ruler, but then I don't know why, maybe I got lazy and I just freehanded the lines so they don't look as perfect as I would have liked them to. But then I just added a border with a darker black marker and I think it looks good. The main design elements are done, so I'm just adding the filler, sparkles and confetti, and then I'm moving on to stamping, which is one of my favorite things to do. So I just lay out all the alphabets and then I add black marker to the alphabets and then I stamp them one at a time. I sometimes also stamp the middle alphabet of the word so that everything is centered, except for this one where I'm writing Moods of November. Moving on to the monthly quote, I always write a quote that resonates with the month or just what I'm feeling, and since it's my birthday month, I just came up with the quote, "There's no bliss like birthday bliss." I think this spread looks amazing. There is a good variety of elements. What do you think? Let me know. Moving on to one of the easier pages of my monthly planning, which is Ideas Dump. I give myself a space every month where I can jot down ideas and brainstorm sessions. On the right hand side comes the first week of the month as well, so I will be doing both of them together. The ideas page is pretty much done because it just has one single cake. So I moved on with stamping the title of the page, and then now it's time to move on to the weekly layouts. I think the ideas dump page looks pretty simply cute. Okay, the big weekly setup. 5 weeks per month, and I am decided to add gift boxes as part of the daily to-do list. So the way I go about my weekly setups is all my pages start from Monday to the weekend. So November is starting from Friday. So the top portion from Monday to Thursday will remain blank. So I need to think of something to add to fill out the space, which is why I added the heart shape to fill out the gaps. And all these pages will have all the boxes filled in because November is ending in Saturday. So I think it's a perfect weekly layout. No gaps at the end of the 5th week, and it looks good. Each of my boxes is 11 dots by 10 dots, and I'm using a ruler so that it just looks perfect. Sometimes I freehand it, but this time I just wanted it to be perfect squares, almost squares, because it's a gift box. I also made a last minute decision to add this very beige scallop line because it was just looking empty in the bottom. So last minute design decisions. You can see that one box is just pink and not in black because that is my birthday. So I just wanted to highlight it and make it look cute. And I added all the gift ribbons in the same color palette. And now I'm stamping the week. It looks pretty confusing because I stamp all the similar alphabets together. Even here you'll see I am starting from Friday, so I will stamp all the F's. I think that just makes the task more efficient. Yeah, I just love it. On week 5, I'm just stamping one S because there is no Sunday. And on the left side, I will stamp 2S because Saturday and Sunday. I like to group my weekends in one box because I don't have many tasks on the weekends, so that's just what works for me. Then I just stamp Tuesdays and Thursdays together because again, efficiency. This is a pretty repetitive part of the bullet journal, the weekly spread, so I just try to make it more fun for me. After stamping the Mondays, we're done with the weekly layouts. I went pretty simple with it and I think I love it as opposed to all the cakes that I made on the previous layouts. Balance is definitely key to making any bullet journal theme look good. We have reached the last page of the bullet journal, which is my monthly recap. This time I am making a rectangular cake, and the cupcakes that you see is something I altered because the tops of the frosting are like triangular, so it was not visually balancing and fitting on the page. And since I need space to write, especially for this spread because this is my monthly recap, so I just replaced the rest of the cupcakes except two with gift boxes so that I have space to write. I was so engrossed in making these gift boxes that I did not notice that the right bottom box is like one line larger than all the other boxes, which kind of made me sad in the end, but it's okay. I tried to make this part of the stamping a little cool with editing, so I hope you like it. It looks kind of cool to me. So after stamping the monthly recap, I went on to stamp the rest of the things, which is finances, statistics, media, proud of, can do better, reflection, and gratitude. And one last thing I do in every monthly recap spread is say bye bye to the month. As always, to fill in the gap, I added the sparkles, confetti, and dots. One missing piece to the spread was adding shadow to all the cakes with a very light grey color. Real time, it actually took me 4 hours to complete the entire November 2024 spread. I think the end result looks perfect. I am super happy with it, and thank you so much for sticking around. I love to share creating different kinds of art, so thank you for being here. If you're someone who does bullet journaling, I hope this spread inspired you to create something for your upcoming birthday month. If you're someone who just loves watching me create art, thank you for being here. I will see you soon in another video. Bye.